Yes, Guruji.
Live?
Yes, Guruji.
Tap చేయండి ఎవరో. ఓం శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమః. ఓం సద్గురు శ్రీ రామానంద పరబ్రహ్మణే నమః. ఓం సద్గురు శ్రీ శివానంద పరబ్రహ్మణే నమః. ఓం సద్గురు శ్రీకృష్ణ పరమాత్మ నమః. ఓం సద్గురు శ్రీ శంకర భగవత్పాదాచార్య నమః. ఓం సద్గురు శ్రీ నిత్యానంద పరబ్రహ్మ నమః. ఓం సద్గురు శ్రీ వ్యాస భట్టారకాయ నమః. గురు స్వరూపులకు ప్రేక్షక మహాశైలకు మరియు నా సిద్ధ విద్యార్థి లోకానికి నా యొక్క హృదయపూర్వక ఆత్మ నమస్కారం. టుడే, దట్ ఈస్ ఆన్ 22nd June 2024, Saturday, in the temple of Hindu temple situated in Columbia, the capital of South Carolina of America. This temple, by seeing the heading itself, I was very happy because there is no name of that our name put on a particular deity. Simply put, they have put the Hindu temple containing all gods. That is very, very encouraging heading. I encourage such type of temples because if you put some deity's name, only that particular people will come. But whereas the people, the devotees of ancient scriptures, ancient Sanskriti, all the people will be coming here. There is no restriction. So I am very happy. Today, the subject, I ask one of you, please ask. Arunima is the management, trust management devotee. She dedicated everything along with her husband. So she is managing everything. Actually, it is her temple. So I want a question from anybody so that I can give an answer in terms of Bhagavad-Gita, Upanishads and Brahma Sutras, Prasthanatraya Granthas. Please come forward. Telulayina parvaled, don't worry. నేను తెలుగులో కూడా చెప్తాను. For the sake of the people who are in Northern India, I will talk in English also. Okay. Thank you. Please, one of you, come forward.
Swami. Patanjali Maharshi ఏం చెప్పారంటే మోక్ష సాధనకు 8 మార్గాలు చెప్పారు. మోక్ష సాధనకు అష్టాంగ మార్గాలు చెప్పారు. అందులో యోగం తర్వాత ధ్యానం అనేది ఉంది. కానీ ఈ మధ్య ప్రాథమిక ధ్యాస ఆనాపానసతి అని మీకు తెలిసే ఉంటుంది. చాలా ప్రాచుర్యం.
So many thousands of devotees are taking, following me.
కానీ ఇక్కడ కాంట్రడిక్ట్ అవుతుంది కదా. పతాంజలి మహర్షి వారు చెప్పింది కాంట్రడిక్ట్ అవుతుంది కదా. కానీ then it will be contradicted, right? Then Gautama Buddha, he himself narrated that the whole thing. Anapana. So
how can you correlate all these things? Okay. Yes. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Gautama Buddha is incarnation of God. He is a perfect yogi. Whereas the followers now who are telling about Buddha, they are simply not doing anything about Yogam or anything, simply calling it as some meditation, superficial meditations. You rightly questioned, Patanjali Maharshi told about Ashtanga Yogas. Ashtanga Yogas, you know, Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhis. There are 8 parts of the Ashtanga Yogas. Among these 8 parts, the 4th part is Pranayama and the 7th part is Dhyanam or meditation. Dhyanam or meditation. This question, Patanjali Maharshi told Dhyanam or meditation only after pranayama, whereas nowadays, without doing pranayama, all these people are doing meditation. That is his question. Please try to correlate this thing. I am not blaming anybody, first thing. See, whatever you want to practice, you should practice according to Guru Parampara. Guru Parampara means a lineage of great gurus. Narayanam, Padmabhavam, Vasishtam, Shaktim, Tatputra, Parasarancha, Vyasam, Sukham, Gaudapadacharya, Govindapadacharya, Sri Shankaracharya, Sri Sivanandam, Sri Ramanandam. This is the Guru Parampara. Whatever you want to tell, you should practice and tell according to the teachings of the lineage of gurus. That's why Om Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Gurubhyo Vamsa Rishubhyo Namo Gurubhya, we will introduce like that. So whatever you take, you have to tell according to the teachings of the great gurus. Is it not? Like that, Patanjali Maharshi told these Ashtanga Yogas. Gautama Buddha, he did this pranayama. If you want to verify, you can go through his writings. He did this Yogam pranayama. And lastly, when you go to the supreme level, then you can simply do meditation with mind. That is called mindful meditation. Then that is translated into, in Telugu, Swasameda Jhasa. So keep your mind on the breathing. That is a very good word. But scientifically, you should know what is meant by how our respirations are going on. See, as a doctor and a layman also, you also can understand that our breathing, how it is happening. Our breathing always going downwards more than upwards. See, you are expiring more than inspiring. So when you are expiring more, mean in every respiratory cycle, you are losing divine energy from the brain. That is from the brain. So you are losing this energy. When you are losing through expiration, how can you do meditation without taking it upwards? That is the question. So Lord Buddha did this yogam by taking upwards. And scriptures also told the same thing. Guru Akya Sushumnayam Viparito Bhave Japaha. By the initiation of a learned guru, you have to take your respirations. That means the prana shakti, which is coming down through your spinal cord, Sushumna. You have to take it upwards through a special technique called pranayama or yogam. So without doing yogam, there is no question of meditation. If you do meditation, already the life force is going downwards. And if you go on observing like that, at one stage, you will forget the observing also, and you will go to sleep. And thereby you are declaring that my breath is stopped. Breath is not stopped. The observer, the jhasa, the mind, which is always till now observing the breath, is also gone into sleep. Then you say that my breath is stopped. Breath is never stopped. Breath stops here only. When you go upwards only, it will stop. So as long as you are allowing it to go downwards continuously more outwards, there is no question of doing meditation. That's why in scriptures and in Bhagavad-Gita, everywhere they told about this pranayama. In Bhagavad-Gita, there is one slokam that is called 5th chapter, 27th slokam. Are you reading Bhagavad-Gita? I think yesterday you questioned Sparshan Krutva Bahirbahyan Chachushcheva Antare Bhruvo Pranapanam Samo Krutva Nasabhyantara Charino. In that stanza, Paramatma clearly told about how to do pranayama. So after pranayama, you have to do meditation. You have to do meditation. Here, Sparshar Krutva Mahirbahyan Chakshusaiva Antare Bhruvo means there are 5 senses, 5 senses of knowledge. Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. These are senses of knowledge. When these senses are working, coming out and coming in contact with the visual fields, then you are seeing this world. This is framed by the mind. So when you are framing this world by this mind is otherwise influenced by the respirations. Every man should understand that there is a direct relationship between mind and the respirations. Mind and the respirations. Ya prana pavana spaldaha chitta spanda sayevahi. Yoga Vasishtam, in Yoga Vasishtam, Lord Vasishta Maharshi told to Lord Sri Rama, ya prana pavana spanda chitta spanda sayevahi. So due to respirations which are coming downwards only, your mind is oscillating. So pranaspanda kshayatno kartavyo dhimatocchakaye, your fundamental duty is to control the respirations. Unless you control the respirations, you cannot have control over the mind. Mind is oscillating due to respirations only. But unfortunately, some people, to control respirations, they are doing some breathing, holding, withholding, calling it as kumbhakam. Kumbhakam is a good word, but not loud. When you are doing this simple technique of pranayama, gradually this life force will go upwards and stay here. That is called sahaja kumbhakam. But whereas we are artificially doing this withholding and calling it as pranayama, something like that. But without cleaning the nose, without cleaning the pathway, there is no question of doing meditation. So you have to clean the pathway. There are now, there are about 72,000 life force channels, flow channels. There are 72,000. They are being accumulated with the impurities like phlegm. Phlegm, these are impurities. When you are taking food, that will be converted into energy to some extent. Rest of it is converted into phlegm. And most gross part will go through motion and urine. Important, that is causing hindrance to go upwards, to take your breath upwards. That is not allowing you to take upwards. When it is not allowing, it is going, the breath or life force, which is going downwards like this. You are expiring up to 30 centimeters, whereas taking from 20 centimeters only. So in every respiratory cycle, both up and down, you are losing 10 centimeters of energy. That 10 centimeters energy, which is going out, contains divine energy, divine knowledge, divine happiness, divine power, and divine yogagni, heat also. So all these are being lost in every respiratory cycle. So like that, per minute, you are losing 15 times into 10 centimeters. That comes to 1.5 meters. Whereas within 1 hour, you are respiring 900 times into 10 centimeters. That amounts to 90 meters. And within 24 hours, you are taking respirations 21,600 times into 10 centimeters. It amounts to 2 kilometers, 160 meters per day we are losing in a so-called healthy individual. That is being started from birth onwards. So like that, we have been losing this divine power through these respirations. Unless you curb this, you withdraw this, you control this loss of energy, there is no question of doing meditation. What for doing meditation? Meditation is only to conserve the energy. To conserve the energy. Buddhi, we call it as dhyanam. Dhyanam means dhiyanam. Dhi means buddhi, intellect. The intellect is now coming downward through your life force, through your expiration. You have to take it upwards. Taking upwards your intellect above is called dhyanam. So pranayama will be ended with dhyanam. So without doing pranayama, there is no question of dhyanam or meditation. But for ordinary man, when you are entangled with this outer world, simply you sit and do meditation, there will be some benefit because you will withdraw the senses and withdraw the mind. But mind you are not going upwards. All the people who are doing meditation, they are not going upwards. Because when you are doing meditation, your blood supply, prana shakti to the brain is gradually impaired. This there will be called ischemia to the brain. Our doctor is there. Where is Srinivas? Yes. So when you simply sit in meditation, there will be ischemia to the brain. Thereby you will be getting sleep. Instead of getting enlightenment, you are going to subconscious state. Subconscious state. I am not criticizing anybody. One thing, mind you, I am telling the fact what is happening during meditation. So if you want to get enlightened, you have to clean your nose first, both physically and in the brain also. You have to stimulate the brain cells by yogagni. How to get yogagni? You do. All of you please churn your palms. All of you please churn your palms. When you are churning, you are getting heat, is it not? Stop it. So within no time you got heat. This is physical heat. But you want to get yogagni, spiritual energy inside, you have to rub the respirations both inside, both up and downwards. If you go on doing this churning process of respiration, that is called pranayama. So pranayama is not at all connected with this exhale air. By just like all the people who are taking exhale air and keep it in their lungs, this is called superficial nadi sodhana. But whereas if you want to catch hold of the life force within yourself, Lord Sri Krishna told, apane johde pranam prane panam tadhapane prana panagatirudha pranayama parayana. In the 4th chapter, Lord Sri Krishna clearly told scientifically. And the process of doing, he told, Sparishan krutva bahirbahyan chakshusheva antare bhravo prana panam samam krutva nasabhyantara charino. Unfortunately, the frame nasabhyantara charino is totally misunderstood. Nasabhya means antara means nasa means nose, abhi means opposite, antara means inside. So inside the nose, opposite to the nose, there is throat, this throat pharynx. The uppermost portion, which is opposite to the nose, is called nasabhyantara charino. Medically, we say it is nasopharynx. You have to practice pranayama at the level of nasopharynx, not through the actual nostrils. When you want to merge the apana into pranam, you have to hold the apana, which is heavy portion of the body. So this apanam has to be merged at the pranam by churning your life force, getting heat. With that heat, you will dissolve this heavy portion, and also you will dissolve all the impurities that is called phlegm or kapham in the nose. So thereby getting nadi suddhi. So every nadi has to be cleaned out only by agni. That agni will be elicited by doing pranayama. Without doing all this, then afterwards you will go to meditation. See, when you are churning buttermilk, after some time you will get butter. That butter will be floating on the surface of the buttermilk. So if you want to get butter, first churn the buttermilk. After getting butter, you stop doing churning and collect the butter. So churning butter means is called pranayama. That is Patanjali told in 4th part. And collecting the butter is jhanam. That is 7th part. So without doing pranayama, there is no meditation. Nasti jnanam vina jhanam. Nasti jhanam ayogilah. Jhanancha istasti tirnastela bhavanama. One Upanishad says, Nasti jhanam vina jhanam. So without dhyanam, there is no knowledge, wisdom. Nasti jhanam ayoginaha. Without doing pranayama, there is no dhyanam. There is no meditation. So one has to do both pranayama and meditation. First, the jhana should be preceded by the pranayama. That's why in Upanishad, Swata Satara Upanishad, Swadeha Maraning Krutva, Pranavan Chottararanam, Dhyana, Nirmadana Abhyasa, Devam Pase Nigodhavat. There is what you call is God. God is nothing but divine light. He is supreme energy. That energy is within us in the form of life force. If you want to see it, you have to extract it from by doing pranayama. Swadeha Maraning Krutva, Pranavan Chottaranam. By doing pranayama, by getting yogagni, jnana nirvatanabhyasa, devam pasye nigodavatu. The God who is in the form of divine light can be seen out by doing first pranayama and then meditation. So this is the scientific derivation of yogam. But unfortunately, I am not any against to anybody. Those who are doing even going to temple and doing prayer to idols also, that is also bhakti. That is a preliminary thing. But you want to go higher up, you have to come inside. You have to come inside. Lord Jagadguru Adi Shankaracharya says, Bahye niruddhe manasa prasannata manaprasade paramatma darshanam. Till now you are thinking that God is there outside. But when you say God is outside, you must admit that God is inside you also. Inside you also. Who is nearer? Who is nearer to you? Is it inside or outside? Inside only. So if you want to go nearer to God, you have to keep searching within yourself. That's why Kathopanishad says, Esha sarveshu bhuteshu gudhatmana prakasate drusyate tagya budya soshmya soshdarsabhi. Yamadharmaraja told to Nachiketa about this pranayama that God is everywhere. He is both inside and outside. Antarbahisyatat sarvam yapya narayanasthita. He is both there, outside and inside also. But he will be seen for the people who are doing concentration and meditation. How to concentrate? You churn your life force and remove the material stuff, burn the material stuff that is in the form of accumulate in the form of phlegm. You dissolve that phlegm, clean the nose and do meditation. So when you do meditation, then it will be seen. That is told in Kathopanishad. Every Upanishad, Bhagavad-Gita, everything says about this only. Lord Sri Krishna in 15th chapter, he narrated, Yatanto yoginaschainam pasyanthyatman avasthitam, yatanto prakrutatmano nainam pasyantyachetasah. Those people who are doing only yogam only can see the Atman within themselves. Whereas whatever effort you do outside or other methods, you can never see the God that's clearly declared by Lord Sri Krishna. That's why he told in 6th chapter, Odhared Atmanatmanam, Atmanam Avsadet, Atmani Shatmano Bandhar Atma Iva Rikuratmanaha. You have to elevate your life force upwards. Don't allow it to come down. But unfortunately, in Telugu, we call it as Yavarikavaru Udharinchukolani. It is not so easy to understand. Lord Sri Krishna is telling, you keep up your life force upwards by doing the pranayama and keep it here. Don't allow it to come down. If you allow it to come down, Atmaivi Hatmano Bandhara Atmaivi Ripuratmana, you will be enemy to you. Enemy here in the sense, when you allow your life force to let it go out, you will be landed in the birth and death cycle. Because when you leave this prana shakti outside your body, somewhere you will be born and again you will continue the same life like that. But if you keep it upwards and here, take it upwards and keep it here, then Atmaiva Hatmano Bandhu, he will become friend of you. That means he won't tell you to go to birth. Go to birth. That is the essence of Bhagavad-Gita. In 15th chapter, Odhamolam Adasyagam Aswadham Prahurayam Chandams Yeshaparnani Yastam Veda Savedavit. In 15th chapter, first slokam, it says, there is a tree of samsaram. That samsaram is in a reverse way. The root of the tree is seated at the Brahmajam and the branches are below. So if you do pranayama and go upward and keep it here, that samsara, the tree of samsara will vanish immediately without any gap. But if you don't do it and allow it to go down, that samsara will remain for ages together, yugas together. That is the difference between the person who is doing yogam and the person who are not doing yogam. No doubt, most of the people try to know about God, but you should know who is God. God is nothing but supreme energy. That energy is there everywhere, but the energy tapping is here only. Here only. So you have to tap the energy from here. If you go upwards, you will tap, and not only tapping, you will become that. You will become that. Who is God? God is nothing but divine light. Divine light. Jyotishamapya tajyoti tamasa paramuchyate jnanam jnayam jnanagamyam purisa sarvasya vishtitam. That is told in 13th chapter. The God is nothing but divine light. Jyotishamapya tajyoti tamasa paramuchyate. That divine light is beyond darkness. Whereas all these lights are not beyond darkness. When darkness comes, so proceeds this light. Whereas that darkness will never supersede that divine light. Jyotisam tajyo tamasa paramuchyate jnanam, that is the divine knowledge. Jnayam, that is the goal. Jnana gamyam, by means of the theory told about Atman and practicing that, through that jnanam only you will go reach there. Where is it? Through the sarvasya vishtitam. It is there in the everybody's heart space. So Hrudayam means not this Hrudayam. This is a grass heart which is pumping the blood, whereas the subtle heart, which is the origin of your life force, this is called Hrudayamu. In Bhagavad-Gita, 8th chapter, Sarvadvarani Sanyamya Manohrudi Nirujjacha Murdhyadhaya Atmana Prana Asito Yogadharan. In 8th chapter, Sarvadvarani Sanyamya. See, there are so many dwaras. There are so many outdoors through which our life force is going outwards. You have to control them. How? By taking hold of the breath. How? By doing pranayama. Sarvadvarani sanyamya manohrudi nirujjacha. Mind has to kept at the hridayam, not here. So keep your both pranam and your mind here by doing pranayama. In 10th chapter, Bhagavad-Gita, Machittam Tachintan Bodhayanta Parasparam Kadhentascha Mam Nityam Tushyanticha Ramanticha Machittam Adgata Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam Kadhentascha Mam Nityam Tushyanticha Ramanticha. In 10th chapter, Lord Sri Krishna told you have to keep your both life force, pranam, and mind here by doing pranayama. So everywhere, wherever you see, it is told here. Bhruvar Majje Sivasthanam Manas Tatra Vilite Sivagita says. The Sivasthanam is here. You have to keep your mind here only. How to by doing pranayama. Like that in Bhagavad-Gita 4th chapter. So Nahi Jnane Sadrusum Pavitra Mehevijyate Tat Swayam Yoga Samsiddha Kalena Atmanidandate. If you want to get the spiritual knowledge, you first practice pranayama, yogam. With that only you will reach here. So every scripture, Bhagavad-Gita, everywhere it is saying only to go upward by means of yogam. Vayuna sahajivodha jnani moksham avapnyat. In Vedanta Panchadasi, Vijnana Swami told about this. If you want to reach here, by taking the help of Vayu, take hold of the Vayu, that is prana shakti, then you go upwards and go and get salvation. Everywhere it is told like that. Where is the question of, see, whatever you practice, it should be according to the scripture and according to the Guru Parampara, and also you should tell according to your experience. Srutya, Yuktya, Swanubhootva. Lord Shankaracharya says, whatever you declare, you have to declare according to these three principles. One is Srutya. You have to tell according to the scriptures, Shastra Pramanam. In 16th chapter, Lord Sri Krishna told, Tasma Shastram Pramanante Karya Karya Vyavasito Jnatva Shastra Vidhanoktam Karma Kartu Miharahasi. Whatever you want to practice, you proceed, you have to proceed according to the scriptural knowledge. Scripture, then only you can decide whether it is correct or not. And Yuktya also, you have to tell the correct examples also. You have to tell the correct example. And Swanubhootva by your experience. Here experience means not your own individual experience. You have to learn from a Guru. You have to learn from a Guru who is already experienced and get it through spiritual knowledge and practice. So your knowledge, your experience should be in accordance with scriptures and your Guru's teachings also. So in this way you have to decide. Otherwise, there is no question of doing any other procedure. Understand? Okay. Anybody? Please come forward. Please come forward. Please come forward and ask question. Okay. Talk from there. How do you know if is away? How? Okay. Here also they very misunderstanding word. Everyone says that my Kundalini is awakened. Kundalini is Jagrat. What is Kundalini? What is Kundalini? Kundalini is nothing but Kundaliniyam Swanubhootva Gayatri Pranadharini Prana Vidya Mahavidya Yastam Veta Savedavit Yoga Choda Manyopanishad. So Kundalini, the prana shakti arises from the Kundalini, which is nothing but Gayatri. So Kundalini, Gayatri, and the prana shakti, they are one and the same. Prana Vidya, Mahavidya, Yastam Veda Savedavitu. One who knows about this pranayama can only understand the meaning of Vedam. See, when your Kundalini is awakened, your sitting will be very erect and it will be correct, strict. And you will sit in Padmasana or any asana, but your asana will be very standard. Sthira Sukham Asanam. Patanjali Maharshi says, Sthira Sukham Asanam. Without awakening the Kundalini, you cannot sit for longer. You cannot sit for longer. But all these people who are telling about this Kundalini, I ask them to sit correctly for hours together. Then I admit that your Kundalini is awakened. But whereas these people who are sitting very irregularly, not even a correct posture, telling that I am telling about Kundalini. What is Kundalini? That is nothing but prana shakti. When you are prana shakti with this pranayama, when your nerves are cleaned up, then the sushumna will get awakened. That means the cerebrospinal fluid, in Telugu we call it Merudram, that will be lifted upwards by cleaning all these nerves. That is Kundalini awakening. Without pranayama, where is the question of Kundalini awakening? This is also a misunderstanding word. Let them come and sit in front of me. I will challenge those people who are telling of this Kundalini. Understand? So, Kundalini means you have to lift your prana shakti upwards. How to lift? All of a sudden, it won't go. Not by some contracting and all these things. Only thing is, you churn your life force and clean all the nerves. Automatically, it will go upwards. You need not forcibly take it upwards. Say, there is one lamp here, that the flame will go always upwards. So, fire always will go upwards, whereas water will go downwards. When you are doing pranayama and getting enormous heat, yogagni, automatically it will go upward through your sushumna. That is Kundalini awakening. Without churning, when you are simply sitting and contracting, forcibly all these muscles, that cannot be called as Kundalini awakening. Understand? Scientifically, as a doctor and an experienced yogi, I am telling that all these people are misunderstanding you, misguiding you. All these people are misguiding you. Only the yogi who is doing correct pranayama, this pranayama, this Siddhayoga, only can explain, and he will tell about this prana, this Kundalini. Understand? Okay. People who are awakening, got awakening, can they sleep? Can they sleep? When they are sleeping mean the brain, sufficient blood supply to the brain is not there. When you are getting adequate blood supply to the brain, they will never sleep. They will take rest only, but they will never go into the depth of sleep. That means they have crossed over the Sushupti state. So people who are crossed this Kundalini, who has awakened the Kundalini, they should cross the Sushupti. Sushupti means deep sleep. See, we are experiencing three states. What is that? Wakeful state, Jagrat, and dreamful state, Swapna, and Sushupti, that is deep sleep. We are traveling between these three states only daily, but we are not crossing into the fourth state, that is at the thurium, that is in the brain, that is the third ventricle. First, you have to stimulate and go to the hypothalamus of the brain, then clean all the, after cleaning the entire brain cells by thorough flow of the cerebrospinal fluid, by doing pranayama, then you will reach the hypothalamus. Later on, you will go to third ventricle. This is Kundalini awakening or Buddhi Guha or Turiyam. Buddhi Guha. In North India, we call it as Manasa Sarovaram. What is Manasa Sarovaram? Kailasa Manasa Sarovaram. What is Kailasa? This is Kailasa. The entire brain is Kailasa, where Lord Shiva is residing. From there, the life force coming and being concentrated in the third ventricle, that is Manasa Sarovara. So the life force, which is started in the brain, entire brain is called Kailasam. And when ultimately, after doing the sadhana, that will be collected and pulled out in the third ventricle is called Manasa Sarovaram. Where the mind will be merged there. That is Manasa Sarovaram. To go there, you have to cross over the Rishikesh. You know Rishikesh. Rishikam means sense. Indriyam. Rishikesh means the king of the senses. Here the king of senses is mind. Manohi Vishnuhu. That's why in the same fashion, in North India, our gods are, names of the temples are put like that. First, Haridwaram. There is Haridwaram. When you want to reach above, you have to cross over the Haridwaram. There is one Dwaram here. That is the hole between the third ventricle and the aqueduct of Sylvius. That is Haridwaram. There, afterwards, you will go to Rishikesh. Then you will go to Brahma Kapalam. See, this is Kapalam. So the entire vault, cranial vault is called Brahma Kapalam. So all these they are denoting about your yoga sadhana only. Without doing all these things, we are simply going and praying God somewhere, leaving your own God within yourself. Is it not? Okay. But mind you, those who are dedicated doing prayer to all these gods, you continue. But think yourself and try to come back into your brain. That is the thing. Don't stop them abruptly. You continue. But understand what scriptures and Lord Sri Krishna and other rishis, other great people told, you try to follow. You cannot understand yourself by yourself. You have to learn through a guru, learned guru. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya upadekshanta tejnanam jnanina tattva. You have learned through a guru who is profound with this critical knowledge and practical knowledge also. Then only they will tell you. Okay? Anything? Please come. Sri Hari. Oh. Atta namaskara. పర్వాలేదు తెలుగులోనే అడుగు, పర్వాలేదు, నేను తెలుగులో కూడా చెప్తాను. అదే అర్థం అయిపోయింది. అండర్స్టూడ్ అవును. Surya. అర్థమైంది. ఇదేంటంటే శ్రీహరి అని, he came from North Carolina. He is asking, see, when you are doing pranayama, is it the way to cross all these panchakoshas, or directly doing pranayama, will you cross automatically or not? It is his question. I could understand his question. See, here, now you are in wakeful state. Wakeful state means Jagrut Avastha, wakeful state. Now, when you are sleeping, you will go to dream also, and ultimately go to deep sleep. Again, you will come back, wakeful state. In these states, 3 states, you are shifting from one state to another state. Within these 3 states only, your panchakoshas are there. Panchakoshas, Jagrut Karnamayam Kosham Stola Deham Cha Vidhivai. That means in the wakeful state, you are with the gross body. You are with this gross body. Annamayam Kosham, because you are seeing this body and this is nourished by gross food. That's why this is called, whatever you see in the wakeful state is called Annamaya Kosham. And there is another Kosham that is in when you go to dream. When you go to dream, you will go to 3 states of bodies. Swapne, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya Koshaha. Sotma Vapustataha. There you will go to the subtle body, Soshma Sariram. In that Soshma Sariram, in dreamful state, you will cross over the Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya Koshas. When you go to deep sleep, Sushuptau Karanam Deham Anandamaya Koshakam. In deep sleep, Anandamaya Koshakam, that is also Koshakam, that is a shield, that is a sheath. It is not complete bliss. That is a part of bliss you are enjoying during deep sleep. Sushuptau Karanam Deham. In Sushupti, you will be with the causal body, that is Karanam Deham. Anandamaya Koshakam, you will enjoy bliss, but a part of it only, because that is also a sheath. But when you go on doing pranayama and cleaning all these things, you will cross over the Jagrut state, Sushupti state, dreamful state. So, the Soshma Karana, you will cross over all these things, you will enter into Turiyam. So, when you are entering Turiyam, means you are crossing all these 5 koshas. Understand? Okay. Right. So Janma means you are with this body. When you are with this body, you are enjoying these 3 states. When you lose this body, that means when we are dying, we are lose this life force from this and go with the help of this subtle body, that is called Soshma Sariram. See, if you remove the chip from a phone, that the chip is subtle body and the phone is gross body. You remove the chip and put into another phone, you will get another birth. So like that, you are transferring from one body to another body. So number of births mean you are transferring from one phone to another phone with the help of the chip. Like that, we are getting all these rebirths with the help of this Soshma Sariram. Soshma Sariram, subtle body. Subtle body in the form of when you are leaving this life force outwards, mean you are going with this subtle body only. You have to burn that subtle body also. Without burning the subtle body, you can never stop the rebirth. That is told in each chapter. Omichakatharam Brahma Vyaharan Mam Anusmaran Ya Prayati Chajandeham Sayati Paramangatim in each chapter. Omichakatharam Brahma. All these people are thinking that by uttering Om, it is not Om. He is telling in the deeper sense. Lord Sri Krishna, Omichakatharam Brahma Vyaharan, by taking upwards. Vyaharan, Dirgham Pranamucharya Manorajyam Vijayate. In Yoga system, Lord Vasishtha Maharshi told to Lord Sri Rama, that is Dirgham Pranamucharya. When you are doing pranayama, the inspiratory phase will be prolonged with sound. That is called Pranavam. That is what is told in Bhagavad-Gita 8th chapter. Paramahamsa saying, Omichakaksharam Brahma Vyaharan Mam Anusmaran. You take your life force here and think about me. Anusmaran means meditate on me. Meditate on me. So keep your mind and the force here. Yah prayati chajandeham. Here is the deep meaning in it. Chajandeham means ordinary people, they are losing this life force simply from this gross body. But that the subtle body is continuing. Whereas the people who are doing this Vyaharan Mahamanasmaran, doing pranayama, they will cross over the gross body, subtle body, causal body, and you will reach here. Yah prayati chajandeham. Who crosses over all these three bodies, tayati paramangatam. That is the paramagati. That is the ultimate goal he is reaching by crossing all these things, by crossing over all the states of Jagra, Swapna, Sushupti states, by doing pranayama only. Why? Because in these three states, that is in Jagra state, Swapna state, and Sushupti state, your respirations are always downwards. The change in the respiration is responsible for you are getting that state. When your wakeful state means your respirations are like this. When you are dreaming, you are going downward. When you are sleeping, still going downward. So when you reach here, you will cross over all these three states of body and panchakosas. That's why Lord Sri Krishna says, Ya prayati chajandeham sayati paramangatim. So Lord Sri Krishna is encouraging, educating only to do pranayama by doing Om. Here people are misunderstanding. Om means not uttering outside. You have to create sound by doing pranayama. That is Om. That is called Pranavam. Omkaram Pranavam Jnatva Pranavo Brahmanirbayam. Pranave Nityuktasya Nabhayam Vijate Kachit. Adnukya Gaudapada Karika says like this. Omkaram and Pranavam are one and the same. That is Brahman. When you go on practicing and keeping it on continuously, Nabhayam Vijate Kachit, there is no scope for getting fear. So because of your losing your life force downwards only, you are getting fear out of, you are entering into the Dvaita state. The Dvaita state means you and God are apart. You and God are apart. When you go there, God and yourself will become one with. That is called Aham Brahmasmi. Anything?
So for enlightened people like you, do you guys stay in the Vijnana all the time, that way you access all information?
See, Vijnanamaya Kosam is not the practical Kosam. That is only theoretical. That is the worldly knowledge. That is the seat of the worldly knowledge. It is called Vijnanamaya Kosam. Whereas there is another Vijnana state that is beyond all these states. That is Vijnana, Vishesha Jnanam, Nirvishesha Jnanam. There are states of knowledge. That is called wisdom. When you practically experience it and reach here, you will reach the state of wisdom. That is Anandamayam, eternal bliss. Whereas in deep sleep, you are going only to the seat of the worldly knowledge. That is called Vijnanamaya Kosam. This is not practical knowledge. Understand? Even a creature is also going to that Vijnanamaya Kosam. So he is not going there without any effort. It is naturally occurring. But to reach here, you have to do a special effort. That is Yogam. All right. Anybody? Swan, please come forward and ask question. If anybody asks questions, I will be more happy.
basic question, like you said, the pranayama is the base for everything.
Yes.
How to do the right pranayama?
How to do it? Immediately after this session, I will teach. I will teach everybody, anybody who wants it.
Is prana and atma same?
Good question. Is prana and atma one and the same? When prana is in immovable state, it is atma. When it is mobile state, that is called jivatma. Immovable state, it is atma or isvara. So, with respirations, you will be called as jiva. Without respirations, you will be called as atma, paramatma. That's why the seat of origin from this prana is here. That is starting point of your own life force is called atma. But if you go there, this prana itself will be turned into paramatma, atma. That is jiveswara aikyam. So jivatma, paramatma means the force which is in movable state. That is, when you are respiring, your mind is oscillating, all these states put together is called jivatma. When you do pranayama and go upwards and become still, you will be merged with this universal paramatma. That is jiveswara aikyam. So that's why simply you can say, mobile mind is jiva, immobile mind is paramatma. Understand? Okay. Anybody? Shall we close this session? We'll go.
What is what happens the external pranayama and the internal breathing or
Your question is, what is the difference?
Yeah, purely from the health
Okay. See, we are born with expiration only. We are born with expiration only. The life force, which is here, which is in a mobile state, when you are born, that is started coming downwards in the form of first expiration. That is called, we call it as birth. And it is going on falling downwards. Thereby, you are increasing your weight in the abdomen. That is called apana. Apanam. This apanam means the energy is being converted to matter. Energy is being converted into matter. How? By coming up from upwards to downwards. Agatmana akasha sambhotaha, akashat vayuhu, vayoragnihi, agneerapaha, abhya prudhivi, tanmatrani gunascha bhavanti. That is told in Paingala Upanishad. So like that, when your respirations are allowed freely downwards in due course of time, because of food and other things, worldly things, your respiration will be always going downwards. Ultimately, you will reach the state of expire. So before expire, you are already reached the lowest maximum heavy portion. That means the abdomen is studded with this phlegm and other things. That is called apana. That should be cleaned out first. How to clean it? By heating up. By how to heat it? By churning. Churning by what? Your own life force within yourself. With that only you can dissolve this phlegm. Whereas the people who are doing this external nadi sodhana and others, they are not catching hold of the life force, because there is a very unique combination between this nasabhyantara charino and this aswini mudra. Because you have rightly asked the question, I am telling the practical point. Most of the people who are doing aswini mudra, trying to elevate upwards without catching at the level of the throat, nasabhyantara charino. So those who are doing with this nasabhyantara charino, they will do internal pranayama. Without doing, if you practice from external air, you are allowing the apanam to settle here only. It is not being lifted upwards. Even if you do with the Aswini Mudra, will never be lifted up, because you are simply taking your external air only, not lifting at the level of the nasopharynx. So that is the main difference between this internal Antarmukha Pranayama and external other pranayamas. When you are doing pranayamas, other things, there is no question of clearing all the nerves. Whereas in this pranayama, you are continuously creating negative pressure. Negative pressure. That negative pressure, these people, they are trying to neutralize that negative pressure by taking extra air. But during this pranayama, we are not allowing it to take from outside, but trying to churn within ourselves. When you are churning within ourselves, you are getting heat. That heat alone will dissolve this apana. That is the main difference. That's why Lord Sri Krishna, apane juhvati pranam prane epanam tada pare. Prana apana gatirodha pranayama parayanaha. That is a great scientific stanza. But with knowing that what is apana, what is prana. So you have to, if you want to combine them, he is telling, prana apano samo krutva nasabhyantara charino. You have to practice and level, balance these two things at the level of nasopharynx. So by means of this internal pranayama, you can combine them. Whereas if you allow the external air more from outside, the apana will never go upwards. It looks like going upwards, but there is no chance of getting hold at the level of the nasopharynx. Understand? Okay. Srinivasa? Ra. Yes, yes. Yesterday you asked some question. I did not complete that answer. You asked about the Pancha Pranas. You want to ask the same question? Something is this.
We talked about this.
Okay, okay. Sparsan Kutva Bahirbai. That is third chapter. Yudanishta Pura Prokta Mayanaka Jnana Yogena Sankhyanam Karma Yogena Yoginam. Okay, okay, okay. I will tell. I will tell. Okay, okay, okay. I will tell. Your question. I understood your question. So, what is meant by this slokam? This lokesmin dividhanishta paraprokta mayanaka jnana yogena sankhyanam karma yogena yoginam. In the third chapter, in the third slokam of karma yoga, Lord Sri Krishna is telling like this. Arjuna is asking, when you are thinking that jnanam is preferred than karma, why do you prefer me to do karma? That is the question of Lord Arjuna. Now, Paramatma is answering. Lokesmim dividhanishta pura prokta mayanaka. Since so many, pura prokta, since a long time, that means because he is Paramatma, since creation itself, he is telling two methods. Jnana yogena sankhyanam, karma yogena yoginam. The people who are doing yogam, I am telling yogam for the karma yogis and jnanam for the sankhya yogis. That is the answer he is giving. But it doesn't mean that they are separate. You have to go to the next slokam. Nakarmana manarambhan naishkarmyam purushokshate anacha sanyasanadeva siddhim samadhigachyati. That is the very important slokam. You have to connect with this. Nakarmana manarambhan. Without doing this karma yogam, naishkarmyam purushoshate, you can never reach the actionless state, karma rahita sthiti, nishkama karma yogam. You cannot reach the state. Nacha sanyasanadeva siddhim samadhigachyati. So, first of all, you have to do a particular karma. Particular karma. That doesn't mean that all the karmas, all action. What he is telling, karma yogena yoginam. What is meant by karma yogam? Here also, the entire world is misunderstood. Karma yogam. See, bandhanam manaso nityam karma yogassa uchyate. Yattu chittasya satatam shreyasa bandhanam. Jnana yoga sarvasiddhi karasyava. That is told in Trisiki Brahmana Upanishad. In that, The exact meaning of karma yoga, you know, bandhanam manaso nityam karma yogasa uchyate. Always you have to keep your mind at the seat of its origin. The mind is oscillating. How? Because of these vibrations, respirations. Because of respirations only, your mind is oscillating. So, oscillating mind is called karma. When your mind is oscillating, naturally you will do karma. 3 karmas. What karmas? Trikarana Suddhi, Mana, Mano, Vak, Kaya karmas. By mind, by word, or body. So all these 3 karmas will come under Mano karma. That means without sankalpam, sankalpam, you cannot do any karma. So all these are with the mind only. Why mind is oscillating? Because of these respirations. So when you are coming into the oscillatory state, you are doing karma. That is karma. What all you are doing outside is karma. There is another thing, nivrutti karma. That means you have to go back. Going back is karma yogam, but not coming forward is karma. That is told in Manusmriti, pravrittincha, nivrittincha, dvidham karma vaidikam. There are 2 karmas. One is pravritti karma, another is nivritti karma. Pravritti karma means doing actions outside. Nivritti karma means going back towards our origin. That is our Gurudev. Our Gurudev Swami Ramananda used to say, you are coming from your house by walk outside. You are coming outside by walk. That is called karma. And again you are going back into your house. That is karma yoga. You are walking by means of feet only. You are walking with feet only. But again you have to walk with the same feet. So like that, with this vayu you are coming outwards, you are doing karma. And with the same vayu you take it back, that is called karma yoga. That is Lord Sri Krishna told about this karma yogena yogina. Afterwards you will reach the jnana yogena sankhyanam. That's why Lord Sri Krishna is telling the correct answer for the question raised by Lord Arjuna. Because tell me what is correct. You decide one thing and then tell me. So he is telling and deciding that if you want to reach the second stage of this jnana yogam, you have to do karma yogam. Karma yogam here means pranayama. Bandhanam manaso nityam karma yoga sa uchyate. This is also, most of the people misunderstood that karma yoga means you have to do karma outside. Understand? Anybody? Nishkarma karma. Kamam means korika. Nishkarma ante korikalena sthiti. Korikalena sthiti eppudu kalugutundi? Korikalena kede tilkalugutundi. Yadhyadhi kurute karma tattat kamasya cheshchitam. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Whatever action you do, it is with motive. So there is no nishkama karma. Whatever karma you do outside, you are doing with some motive. Edo korikito chestunam. But there is one word, nishkama karma. Nishkama karma means when you don't go outside and go inside, from there if you perform action, that is called nishkama karma. Nishkama karma ante manamu manasu ni pranayam dwara ikkada తీసుకెళ్లి అంతర్ముఖం అయ్యి అంతము అయిన తర్వాత అక్కడ నుంచి ప్రాణ ఏదైనా కర్మ చేస్తే దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ నిష్కామ కర్మ. దట్ నిష్కామ కర్మ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ ప్రాణాయామ. అర్థమైందా? వాట్ ఎవర్ ఆల్ దీస్ ఆర్ విత్ మోటివ్ ఓన్లీ. ఆల్ కర్మస్ ఆర్ విత్ మోటివ్ ఓన్లీ. బట్ ఇఫ్ యు గో ఇన్సైడ్ బై వాట్? బుద్ధియుక్తో జహాతేహ ఉభే సుకృదుష్కృతే తస్మా యోగ యుజ్యస్య యోగ కర్మసు కౌశలం. సెకండ్ చాప్టర్. హ్యావ్ యు రెడ్? yes. So buddhiyukto jahate ube sukrudushkute. With the by means of this buddhi yogam, this is pranayam, by antarmukha yogam, by doing this pranayam only, jahati iha ube sukrudushkute, you will cross over the both good and bad actions. Understand? Tasmat yoga yujjasva. That's why you have to do first do yogam and yoga karmasa kausalam. This yogam will tell you the skill how to escape from the karma phalam. How escape from the desire. So that is called Nishkarma karma. Understand? Okay.
In the internal pranayama, like Siddhayoga,
Mm.
which has 6 stages,
Mm.
and so 6 stages,
Mm.
and some mudras, mudras and stages. The pranayama that you want to teach, does it have any stages and mudras?
See, most of the people are encouraging to go on for these mudras and all these things. No doubt they are helpful. But the main process of reaching here is only to do pranayama. If you do pranayama and if you observe all these mudras, they will be more helpful. They will be more helpful. But without doing pranayama, they will be their benefit will be very little. Understand? Mudras, what for mudras? The life force is expanded and it is being spent out through all our fingers. All this energy is going through your fingers, both your soles and the palms. So in order to curb this loss, you have to fold them back. So folding fingers in a particular fashion is called a mudra. You are not allowing to go down, but you are holding here, no doubt. But how to take it upwards? That we are not telling. If you take it up correctly, no use of mudras. They will be only helpful. Understand? So mudras, bandhas, all yogasanas, they are all helpful. They are ancillaries. They are secondary. The main thing is you have to cross the levels of this ignorance by going upward through your sushumna by means of internal pranayama only. Understand? Okay.
Who can do it? They can do it.
Okay. Everybody is eligible to do this pranayama. Balu, who crosses more than 10 years, everybody is eligible. Balu, Ruddho, Vyadhikto, Yuva, Stri, Sota Janma, Bhrut, Yogadhikarana, Sarve, Pranam, Sarvadayataha. All are eligible. All are eligible. Balu, Ruddho, Vyadhikto, Yuva, Stri, Sota Janma, Bhrut, Yogadhikarana, Sarve. Everybody is eligible. But how to do, I will teach. But after getting initiation, how long you can practice? That is your question. So initially you can do it for 15 minutes, then switch on to half an hour, then 1 hour, like that. If you go on cleaning your pathway, you can extend your span of this pranayama. Initially you can sit for 10 to 15 minutes. Within 10 to 15 minutes, you will get tremendous results because you are reversing your life force. You are taking upward. You will be energetic initially itself in the first day onwards. So you will be energetic and you will be more freshened. Your mind will be fresh and everything will be started getting in an inward way, upward way. So you can practice for 10 minutes. Afterwards, you can extend it up.
How single is it?
Huh?
How single is it to this path?
Oh, this is very simple. This is the simplest of all. Only thing is the people who could not understand, this is the simplest of all. Rajavidya, Rajaguhyam, Pavitram, Ramattam, Pratchakshava, Gamam, Janma, Susukum Kottumam. He is telling Lord Sri Krishna, very easy to practice. Only thing is there is no proper guru telling these things. But all these people are complicating all these things. And he is in such a way that the people who are learning, they should be understand this man knows everything. No, nothing like that. There is a simplest way. Do pranayama simply within like this. And if you go on practicing, you can understand how Lord Krishna is great, how Guru is great, you can understand by experiencing within yourself. But to start with this will be very simple. You can sit in any asana. Only thing is sit erect. Samankaya sirogrevam dharyan nachalam stiraha. Sit erect. Look upward. Do pranayama. How to practice, I will tell. Invent not to all these things, pitching, switching, all these things. Understand? Even a person at the age of 96 years also got this and doing pranayama. Some people say, oh, no, it should be physically perfect first, then you can go to all these things. Any person, in an old person, I got so many devotees who cross 90 years also. Okay, time. What is time now? Let us stop this session. Om Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahisha Gopramyanebhya Svabhamasta Nityam Laka Samasta Sukno Bhavam. Om Sarve Sukhanas Santu Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pasyanta Mahakaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhanuktu Sahviryam Karvavahe Tejasvina Vadhetamastama Vidyashavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sri Guru Namaha. Jai Gurudev.